Hey, I wanted to share with you 6 questions that you should always ask your injury attorney. So, number one, does it cost anything? The answer to that is no, it should never cost anything to have your case evaluated by an injury, personal injury, or medical malpractice attorney. So, if there's any request for money, then that's not the right lawyer for you. So that's number one. Number two, if you already have an attorney and you want to switch, let's say you've signed a retainer agreement. Are you stuck with the first law firm that you hired? The answer is no. You can always hire a new attorney, not only at the before you file the lawsuit, but even after you filed a lawsuit. You always have that right to fire your attorney. The signed retainer agreement does not commit you to keeping the same attorney throughout the case. So just keep that in mind. The retainer agreement really doesn't mean you're stuck at all. You can switch attorneys. Question number three, how do you get the medical records? There's two ways to do that. In a medical malpractice case, either you can contact the medical records custodian of the hospital or doctor's office, or you can ask your law firm to do that because that's what we do. So we're more than happy to request the medical records on your behalf. Little tip, if you ask for the records in electronic format, then the maximum fee under federal law called the HITECH Act of 2009 is $6.50. So if you're going to get the records by yourself, you can get thousands of records for a maximum fee of $6.50 under the federal HITECH Act of 2009. Really important. Little tip, most hospitals and many doctors don't even know that there's a limitation on the fee. So they'll try to sell you the records at a huge price. Just keep in mind, that federal law applies throughout the United States. They can't do that. So number four, what is your deadline to sue? The deadline to sue is called the statute of limitations, and that's going to vary from state to state. But in New York State, in a medical malpractice action, you have 2 years and 6 months to bring the lawsuit. Once the 2.5-year period expires, you're out of luck. Now, there are shorter deadlines if you're suing a municipal hospital or a federal hospital. So, for example, the Veterans Administration Hospital, they're run by the United States of America. That has a 2-year statute of limitations, meaning from the date of the malpractice, you have 2 years to file a lawsuit. All other hospitals, let's say it's Westchester Medical Center Hospital, that's a municipal hospital. You have 1 year and 90 days to file a lawsuit against a municipal hospital. New York City Health and Hospitals Corporation, another municipal hospital with a 1 year, 90-day statute of limitations. So, most importantly, ask your question. What is the deadline to sue? What is the statute of limitations? You want to know that. Now, another question that you want to ask your attorney is, if I lose my case, who pays the expenses? Really important, because ethically, the lawyer can bear all of the expenses of the case. And so if you lose, you are not responsible for anything. However, that should be in writing. You should get that spelled out right in the retainer agreement, that the client will not be responsible for the reimbursement of expenses in the event that there is no monetary recovery. Really important, because if you don't have that language in the retainer agreement, you may get stuck with the case expenses if the case is lost. Really important to know that. And so it's really important for you. Number 6, I'm going to give you a little tip. The retainer agreement. When you sign the retainer agreement, make sure you understand it, read it, know what your rights are. What are the legal fees? The retainer agreement is the agreement between you and the law firm, and it defines not only the lawyer's responsibilities, but your responsibilities. So make sure at all times you are aware. For example, if you lose or win your case and there's an appeal, are you responsible for an additional legal fee for the costs of the appeal? You want to know that. If there's are there additional costs for other types of services? For example, in a wrongful death case, if there is the matter needs to get approved by probate or surrogate's court, is there an additional legal fee for that work? You want that spelled out in the retainer agreement, and hopefully all of these services will be included in the fee that the lawyer is charging you, and there will not be additional fees for those type of services. So those are the 6 questions. And if you have any questions that you have, please feel free to give us a call, 845-802-0047. Take care. Bye-bye.